For Global Business Update, Michael Wilson joins us now from London. Good morning, Michael, and happy Coronation Bank Holiday.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. Yes, a great event. Okay, let's have a look at the Asia Pacific markets first of all. Those rising on the back of what happened on Wall Street on Friday because of that hotter than expected jobs report. But I think the standout really is the MPC, the monetary policy meeting of the Central Bank of Japan, Bank of Tokyo, and they actually are still going to remain ultra dovish as far as we can tell. So that's helped the stock market there. As far as tourism is concerned, we've got some statistics from the World Travel and Tourism Council. Everyone's concerned about tourism because tourists spend money, and you won't be surprised to learn that now China is back from its post-COVID shutdown and all the rest of it. That is going to lead the Asia-Pacific region, and the Asia-Pacific region, as a result of China, will lead the world in tourism through 2024. As far as Australia is concerned, here's some interesting thing. They have a centre-left Labour government there. What they're going to do in their budget is give 55 million families an extra sort of cost of living boost to help them cover the rising cost of living. Inflation in Australia is 7% at the moment. It's much higher here. I think most people wouldn't mind 7%, but certainly that's something which the Australians are going to say they will be giving this money away, but they will keep a very tight rein on inflation. Good luck to them. As far as the United States is concerned, so I mentioned the fact that those figures were much hotter than expected jobs figures, but actually I suspect, that's quite interesting. Also interesting, I think, is the Berkshire Hathaway meeting over the weekend where Warren Buffett was speaking. And Mr. Buffett is relatively bullish about the banking sector. They have a large holding in Occidental Petroleum. They plan to do nothing about that. And also there was a little glimpse of the person who may well take over from the 92-year-old. You can ask him about him if you like. There are not many details, but we know who it is. And he was wandering around glad-handing people, but lacked Buffett's folksy charm, as they put it. Janet Yellen's been warning about the debt ceiling. What she's saying is that unless there's something happens about this, it could cause an immense amount of damage to the US economy. Well, I think we all get that. May the 9th, Joe Biden is getting together the four main stays of the congressional system over there to say to them, about time you pass this, gentlemen, see what you can do. Okay, Russia. Russia is now it's imposing an energy tax on its energy companies. The G7 is saying because of this is because of the price cap that Russia's having to endure on its exports of oil and gas. Well, that they would say that, wouldn't they? But this is apparently going to be fairly destructive as far as the energy sector is concerned in Russia. Again, this is according to G7, not according to Russia. But something that Brussels is planning also is planning sanctions on China companies that are supposed to be supplying Russia as well. So a lot of sanctions in the wind at the moment. As far as the UK is concerned, the ex-deputy governor, there he is, Paul Tucker, of the Bank of England, has been saying that effectively the amount of money that banks hold as a cushion needs a radical overhaul. What he's drawing from the experiences of SVB, Credit Suisse, Signature Bank, and of course First Republic, that sort of rapid withdrawal of deposits. He's saying that banks should carry enough cash to cope for 1 day's worth of emergency withdrawals should that happen. In other words, if there's a run on the bank. Good luck with that, but that's what he's saying. As far as Labour is concerned, now, again, the local elections here gave Labour what they think is a fairly clear sight to being the next governing party at the general election in the UK. And what they're saying is one of their planks in their manifesto will be helping first-time buyers. How they're going to do that is have a big increase in taxation, what we call stamp duty, but it is taxation effectively on foreign buyers buying UK property, and also first-time buyers will have priority about buying new built houses. We'll see how that works. yes, thank you very much for your good wishes on the coronation. Yeah, King Charles and Queen Camilla were crowned on Saturday. What does it mean? Well, there's pomp, circumstance, and the rest of it. Lots of talk about how do they do that when there's a cost of living crisis. Well, apparently it was a relatively cheap occasion. But what does it do? Well, it helps Britain sort of have diplomatic clout in the world, and also will. It's hoped help it navigate through its own domestic problems. We'll see about that. UK, here's one. Tata Steel. Now that employs 8,000 people. Its European division, of which Tata UK is part, is down 60% on earnings as a result of weaknesses in Europe and the UK. Tata is not, as we speak, planning to withdraw from either the EU or indeed the UK. It thinks we'll pick up later. It thinks things will pick up later in the year, but it's an important economic indicator nonetheless. And finally, oil. It sort of reached a bottom on Friday, basically, because of the hotter than expected jobs numbers, but who knows? Who knows where it's going? It's still fairly volatile. Same with gold as well. Those hot jobs figures have sort of pushed back Fed rate cut thoughts, so that may help gold. The bulls in the market still believe that gold is one day, not that far ahead, headed for a record high. That is the global view this morning.
Well, thank you very much, Michael. We have time constraints. We'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you very much indeed.